Alright, we're back. We're on the draw, and we're playing against Wizards of the Coast coverage, Mashi K. So this is someone who's a Wizards employee doing coverage. This hand is pretty great. We have an Attune for our third land. Attune into Glint Sleeve Siphoner is a great draw. Great sequencing because it lets us just do some pretty let's draw some cards right away. If the Siphoner doesn't die, which it probably will, given the deck our opponent's playing. I would still rather the Siphoner to die than this Constrictor, though. Next turn, we can play Constrictor into Rampager. Okay, that's dead. We Constrictor into Rampager, and then the turn after, we just get to do all sorts of nonsense with Ballista or Rishkar. Depending on how things go. Wow. Our opponent just doesn't have a removal spell. So if this Constrictor survives, we're in great shape. Okay. So I'm going to jam Rishkar here. This is turn 4 is the best place to just jam, because then your opponent has to decide, do they want to Glimmer of Genius, or do they want to just counter your thing or remove a thing. Opponent is glimmering here, which is fine. Now they're taking 9 damage down to 11. If they're playing white in their deck, they need Untapped White Source and Fumigate, which they could easily have. And based on the way they've been playing this game, I think it's very possible they don't. Wow. That's an aggressive Anticipate. Did they bottom with the Glimmer? They bottomed and topped. They probably didn't find a land. Okay. So before combat, I'm going to cast Ballista for 4. Well, for X equals 2, paying 4 mana. So if they counter the Ballista, then they're just dead. They're facing down lethal. Okay. If they counter the Ballista, or if they have like a removal spell for Rishkar, but nothing else, okay. And they just concede. So against a control deck, probably straight red-white, but I'm not entirely sure. Obnixilus is great. Liliana's great. Bestiary is great. Transgress is great. I'm not a fan of any of the removal. We didn't see any of the Saheeli combo. We didn't see any white sources out of our opponent. So I'm going to assume that they just aren't on any of that. Going to take out all of our reactive cards, and I'm going to take out 1 Gearhulk. Actually, no. I'm going to take out 1 Ballista. We have a lot of 2-drops. And Gearhulk is pretty impactful, because if they have a counterspell that turn, it means they're not dealing with our creatures that are already on the board, and if they deal with our creatures already on the board, then Gearhulk resolves. So it's just really, really solid way to put our opponent in, pull our opponent in different directions. It's also hard to kill as an 8/8. Alright, opponent plays, keeps, we'll keep as well. Sand is great, double Winding Constrictor. Turn 1 Dragon Master Outcast. Well, all my removal's gone, so that card is real spicy. Might have to Walking Ballista that. Actually, it's almost a guarantee I will have to Walking Ballista that. Let's start out with a Constrictor. Hopefully it doesn't die, but it's dead. It's dead, folks. That thing in the ice is a problem. All right, I'm bringing Fatal Pushes back in on the draw. Seems like the thing to do, right? Okay. Are we attuning? Nah, we're constricting. Then we're hubbing. And then we're attuning. This gives us more energy. We end up at 4 instead of instead of 3 like we would have. Alright, no attacks, that's good. Going to lead off auto transgress and see how my opponent responds. This is a great spell to like really pressure them. If they have Glimmer. Alright, so they're casting Glimmer right now, which is very good for us. Gear Hulk, disallow. Well, we're going to take one Gear Hulk and then transgress again, I guess, for the other one. Leave them with a disallow. And our opponent just has, like, yeah, disallow an island. Now just disallow. It's not a great spot for them. We're going to bait with another Winding Constrictor. That resolved. Wow, okay. Well, could jam this Walking Ballista into their disallow. Or we could bait again with a Greenbelt Rampager, which I think is what I want to do. Okay, so that just resolved. Our opponent's playing very cautiously. They're basically relying on flipping this thing in the ice. Which is, I kind of approve. Alright, let's Gear Hulk. Oh, they have 6 lands. Ooh, they can start making dragons soon. Alright, they definitely have to disallow this Gear Hulk. Because with 2 Winding Constrictors, game's basically over if it resolves. Yeah. Then I just attack with everyone. They don't have another spell, right? Yeah, so they just take 4. They get to make a 5/5, but hopefully I get to resolve this Walking Ballista for a lot of mana. Spirebluff Canals, good indication that they might not have anything. Oh, wow. Liliana plus on the Outcast. Seems good. We're gonna cast this for just X equals 1. We'll make 3 counters. That gets countered, which flips the thing in the ice. Not good for us. But it does get rid of their dragon token. Okay. Okay. There we go. We're making some progress. Next turn, we get to Liliana and minus to get back the Gear Hulk. I think we win this race if our opponent doesn't have much. Dynavolt Tower is a thing. But it's just Tower plus Outcast, yeah? Yeah. Oh, and they just didn't attack? That's great. That's great for us. So we're actually going to plus Liliana. Eat the Outcast. Cast another Constrictor and pass the turn. Hopefully they don't draw a spell. If my opponent draws a land, or even another Outcast or another thing in the ice or something, that's eliciting a chump block. I would like to return my Verdurous Gear Hulk. Thank you very much. Okay. They're glimmering in response. That gives them enough energy to kill one of the Winding Constrictors. Which is not something I like. Did they find the counterspell? They didn't. Okay, so we're going to go 2-1-1, so that whichever one they kill takes just does only wastes 1 counter. All right, that's dead. Gets counters. Oh, are they hardest lightninging? Hardest lightning. Yeah, that's not good. Okay, targeting the Gear Hulk. That's rough. That's rough. So we might be able to win this race, but I doubt it. Opponent has to attack Liliana next turn. So we get to untap and fire back with the Quagmire, hopefully kill them in 2 hits. Liliana down. Here comes the Quagmire. Oh no, is this a Gear Hulk? Alright, I'm done. Good game, opponent. That's it. Another one. So I like Appetite because they showed us both Tower and Gear Hulk. Oh, they just conceded. Okay. Well, I guess they had to go or something. Anyway. I don't know. Thanks for watching those 2 games. Not quite a full match, but we'll have the next one out to you shortly. Final match of the series. Maybe we can go 3-2, get some prize, and put up a successful record with this deck. All right, well, I will see y'all next match.